Today's video is about Mariah Carey. Most famous nowadays for her Christmas song, but she's been making music since I want to say the 80s. And she's got one of the great voices, and I wanted to do a video about her because she is racially ambiguous, I'll say. I did not know what she was to start off with, but after reading this, okay, let's get into it. Born in 1969 in Huntington, New York. Singer, songwriter, producer, actress. Um, Sorry. Alright, so early life. Born in 1969, Huntington, New York. She is the youngest of three children. Patricia Hickey, her mother. Hickey, once I saw this name, I'm like, oh, she's Irish. And Alfred Roy Carey, an engineer, Afro-Venezuelan lineage. I did not know that she was half black or Venezuelan, but let's see if I could prove this. Last name Carey was adopted by her Venezuelan grandfather Francisco Nunez. So let's see. Let's see if that's true. All right, we'll start with her father, Alfred Roy. This is him. This was shared on her Instagram account, on Mariah Carey's Instagram account of her father. Right? And this is 1930 US Census, New York City. You see down here, Alfred right here. His mother's Addie. And the father, Robert Carey. And you'll see that he was Cuban. Dun dun dun. Not Venezuelan. At least I was not able to find anything from Venezuela. Everything goes back to Cuba. He was born in Cuba. His father was born in Cuba. Mother born in Cuba. And on the mother's side, she was from North Carolina. Her father was born in North Carolina. Mother born in Alabama. And he was a chauffeur. And this is the marriage of Mariah Carey's parents. They were married in 1960 in Brooklyn. Alfred Carey and Patricia Hickey. This is 1928. Robert Edward Carey. This is his immigration declaration of intention to become a citizen of the United States. And like I said, it's in 1928. Robert Edward Carey, age 23 years old, chauffeur, we saw that. Black complexion, light, 5'5", 156 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, no distinctive marks. Born in Cuba and immigrated from Cuba. And his wife is Addie. We saw that on the census, and she's from North Carolina, and Alabama. And he's from the Republic of Cuba. Came in through Key West, Florida. Sometimes you'll see that he was born in Key West, Florida, but no, this is where he arrived at. So Venezuelan is doesn't seem to be true. This is a photo of Robert Carey, Mariah Carey's grandfather. This is from the New York Daily News. 1994. Robert Carey, um, beloved husband of Ruby. I think this is the nickname of his mother, Addie. Of his wife, Addie, sorry. The father of Alfred Roy. This is Mariah Carey's father. And so this is his obituary. This is 1994. This is the Social Security record. Robert Carey, birthday 1905, born in Key West, Florida. We know that's not correct. That date, and it says right here, the son of Wilfred Carey and Margaret Knowles. So these people, I mean, although these do not sound like Cuban names or even Venezuelan names, they sound like somewhere else in the Caribbean. I would say like Jamaica, St. Thomas, but I have no records of that. But I also have no records saying they're from Venezuela. That must be family legend, or maybe they know something that I wasn't able to prove. All right, let's go to his wife, the beautiful Addie Cole. This is a really nice picture of her. Addie Cole, she was born in North Carolina. This is the 1910 census in Alabama. And you'll see right here, Addie is right here. Addie Cole. Emma Cole, she's widowed. She's from Alabama. Her husband is Will Cole, but he's already dead. And you can see we know her last name through her brother, who is Gus McQueen. So her birth last name was McQueen. So Addie is the daughter of Will Cole and Emma McQueen. This is the marriage record in 1902 of Crenshaw County, Alabama. You see right here, Will Cole, and this means colored. Emma McQueen, also colored. And unlike Spanish and Puerto Rican records, the parents are not mentioned on the record, which is a tragedy for genealogists. Alright, I wasn't able to find much on Will Cole, but this is Emma McQueen. This is the 1880 census. And you see down here, we got Emma down here. And she's the daughter of William McQueen and Liza, all considered black. And he's a farmer. And he was born in Alabama, father born in Alabama, mother born in Virginia. But and he would have been born in the let's see, 1840s or late 1830s. So this family would have been born during slavery. I'm not saying that they were slaves, but they would have been born during slavery. And yeah, that's all I was able to find on that side of the family. So let's move on to her mother's side, Patricia Hickey. This is the 1950 U.S. Census, and this is in Illinois. She was not from New York. According to the Wikipedia page, she moved to New York to follow her singing career. She was some sort of she was a singing coach. So this is her, Patricia, the daughter of Anne E. Hickey, and she's also widowed, from Illinois. And you can see right here, Anne was a registered nurse at a doctor's office. And she was the head of the household. And this is her father, John Hickey. John Hickey. This is in 1936, the Pantograph, Bloomington, Illinois. And you'll see right here, John W. Hickey dies. Writes to be Tuesday. John W. Hickey, 510 Moore Street, died Saturday noon at his home after having been ill held since July. The funeral will be conducted Tuesday morning at an hour to be announced later at St. Patrick's Church, Lincoln. Burial will be in Calvary Cemetery at Springfield. Mr. Hickey was born January 21st, 1894 at Lincoln, and on January 26, 1933, married Anne Egan, that's another nice Irish name, of Springfield. Besides his wife, he is survived by two children, Robert Edwin, Mary Ellen, his parents, Mr. and Mrs. John Hickey, and a brother, William M. of Lincoln. He was a member of the Holy Trinity Catholic Church. As you can see, his daughter, Patricia, is not mentioned on this obituary, and that's because the mother was pregnant at this time. So on Mariah Carey's Wikipedia page, it said that the family denounced Patricia because of her marriage to what they considered a black man. But as you can see, the father had nothing to do with that. So don't put that on him because he was dead. She never met her father. We'll follow his line, then we'll go to Elizabeth. This is 1900, the U.S. Census in Illinois. We got young John Hickey right here. His father, John, also John Hickey, Sr. Actually, he's the John Hickey III. This is John Hickey II. All from Illinois. But John Hickey and Mary, their parents were born in Ireland. You can see right here. And they were farmers. So Mariah Carey's second great grandparents immigrated from Ireland. This is the 1870 U.S. Census in Illinois. See, John. This is John II. John I Hickey. His wife Ellen, farmer, born in Ireland. She was also born in Ireland. When you see these hash marks, obviously it means the same as above. So James, their first son, was born in Illinois, as was all the rest of their children. And even these people who were not related. This is 1858. Oops. This Declaration of Citizenship by John Hickey. Whoops. And John Hickey, native of Ireland. He first came to Virginia. I think that's where he was married. And they went west and ended up in Illinois. John Hickey, they're denouncing the Queen of Great Britain in order to become an American. This is from 1911 from the Lincoln Daily Courier. John Hickey Sr. dead. Sorry, you can't say it. Sorry. Old-time resident dies after long and useful life. John Hickey Sr., one of the oldest residents of Logan County, died early Monday morning at his home on 4th Street following a lingering illness of several weeks. He was 89 years of age at the time of his death. John Hickey was born in Tipperary, Ireland in 1822 and came to America in November of 1851. In the same year and month, he was married to Ellen Hickey at Columbus, Maryland. He lived in Virginia 6 years and came west, establishing a home in Scully Prairie in the years of 1857. He has spent his entire life since in this community, retiring from active agricultural pursuits at about 15 years ago and removing to his present home in 115 4th Street. During the past 15 years, he has lived a retired life, living in the enjoyment of the competency he acquired through hard work on his farm. The deceased is survived by 7 children, one son, William Hickey, having died August 22nd, 1909. Those surviving are James Hickey of Burton View, Mrs. David Mitchell, Mrs. Hubert McGough, John Hickey Jr., that's Mariah Carey's uh, great grandfather, Patrick Hickey, and Thomas E. Hickey, all in the city, and Miss Joanna Ryan of Chicago. The funeral will be held at 9 a.m. Wednesday morning from St. Patrick's Church. And this is a photo of John Hickey and his wife Ellen Hickey. It's a cool picture. Very cool. And this is from 1812. And this is actually a marriage record I was able to find in Ireland. February 20th, married James Hickey, married Kathleen Marr of Maher. And James Hickey, this would be the third great grandfather. James Hickey, birth in 1787, died in 1865 in Illinois. This is his son, John Hickey. All right, moving along to Anne Elizabeth Egan, Mariah Carey's grandmother, who, as we saw, was a nurse, a registered nurse at a doctor's office. Beautiful Irish woman. And this is her baptism in Illinois. You see Anne Elizabeth Egan, born December 11, 1903, the daughter of Charles Egan, and Anne Blanchfield. She was baptized on March 11, 1904. (1870) U.S. Census, and this is also in Illinois. You got James Egan and his wife Mary. I'm sorry, that says Charles. It looks like James. And the daughter wasn't born yet. Farm laborer, and they're from Ireland. And she's a housekeeper, probably of her own home. This is 1939, the death record of Charles Egan. You'll see him right here. Charles Egan. And he is this, this is actually in Latin. A lot of the Irish people wrote in Latin. So, Carolus Egan is really Charles. And Jacobin Egan is really James. And Maria O'Boyle, which is probably Marie. These are his parents. And this is his wife, and Blanchfield, as we saw in the earlier record. (1900) U.S. Census is still in Illinois. We're moving on to his wife, who is Anne Elizabeth Blanchfield. Anne is the daughter of James Blanch. Is extended to Blanchfield, but they cut it down for some reason. And James was born in Illinois, but his parents were born in Ireland. His wife was Mary Ryan. She was born in Ireland as well as her parents. And this is Annie right here. And he was a laborer. And we have a photo. These are them down here. This is James Blanchfield, the second great-grandparents of Mariah Carey on the mother's side. These are them. James Blanchfield and Mary Ryan. And these are their other children, but they're not direct descendants of Mariah Carey. And this is 1938, the death record of James Blanchfield. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So born in 1858 in Illinois, died in 1939. And he's the son of John Blanchfield and Margaret Blanchfield, wife of Mary Blanchfield. This is actually going to be Ryan. And this is going to be Howard. So she's Margaret Howard. All right, 1849. This is in Ireland. I was able to find this marriage certificate with John Blanch and Margaret Howard. So I'm thinking maybe when they came to America, they changed it to Blanchfield to sound more English. And this is his real last name, Blanch, because you see it like this just as much as you do Blanchfield. 1860, the U.S. Census in Illinois. John Blanchfield, Margaret, and this is their son James. He's a farmer born in Ireland. And you can see James was born in Iowa, actually. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. This is Iowa census. So they're in Iowa right now. And John came from Ireland, like many of the Irish did during the time, and they joined the military to fight in the U.S. Civil War. So John was a private in Company E of the 36th Iowa Infantry, and he was a private. A lot of the Irish came over, leaving the famine, the potato famine, and they came to the United States seeking opportunity, and what they found was a country at civil war. And many of them joined to get a free meal because they were poor. Okay, and this is the 1862 of it's a Civil War record for volunteers that died in service. And you'll see right here, John Blanchfield, Company E, the 36th Regiment, and he died in the company hospital of rubella. So he died of disease, and this is before he was able to, before this company even saw combat. And during the Civil War, the majority, everybody knows that it was the most deadliest war in American history because there was Americans fighting on both sides. But the majority reason of death was disease, gangrene, and all other types of sicknesses and diseases that they died from. The majority of soldiers died from disease. And finally, this is the death record of Margaret Blanchfield, maiden name Howard, born in 1822 in Ireland, died in 1895, and the spouse of John Blanchfield, but he was already dead. Okay, that is the interesting ancestry of the great Mariah Carey. This is her family tree. Reach out to me for any professional services that you want. You could reach me on my email, dyron.castro@gmail.com. Yeah, like, subscribe, and share. Mariah Carey, the daughter of Alfred Roy Carey and Patricia Hickey. Alfred is the son of Robert Edward and Addie Cole. And Robert Edward of Cuba, not of Venezuela, is the son of Wilfred Carey and Margaret Knowles. Addie Cole is the daughter of Will Cole and Emma McQueen. And Emma is the daughter of William McQueen and Liza. Patricia Hickey of Illinois, the daughter of John Hickey III and Elizabeth Egan. John is the son of John Hickey and Anna Mohan. John is the son of John and Ellen Hickey, and John is the son of James Hickey and Mary Catherine Marr of Ireland. And Elizabeth is the daughter of Charles Egan and Anne Blanchfield. Charles is the son of James Egan and Maggie O'Boyle. Very Irish names. Anne Blanchfield is the daughter of James Blanchfield and Mary Ryan. And James Blanchfield is the son of John Blanchfield and Margaret Howard. And we know John died in Iowa fighting in the American Civil War. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, and share. Pa'lante.